I didn't go to my brother's wedding over a bridesmaid dress. My brother Alex was getting married to this girl who seemed really nice at first. She was all compliments and girl talk whenever we hung out. But when it came time to plan the wedding, her real personality started showing through the cracks. She wanted all bridesmaids to wear this specific lavender dress that cost $750, not including the required shoes and jewelry she'd picked out. I'm a grad student working part-time at a bookstore, barely making enough to cover my student loans and groceries. $750 was more money than I had in my entire bank account. I politely explained my situation and asked if there was maybe a more affordable option, or if I could find something similar in the same color family. She stared at me like I'd asked her to change the entire wedding theme. If you can't afford to properly participate in my wedding, maybe you shouldn't be in the bridal party, she said with this cold smile. Then she quickly backtracked when she saw my shocked expression. I mean, everyone makes sacrifices for special occasions. Maybe you could ask family for help or pick up more hours at work. Here's the thing. I was already working 25 hours a week while taking a full course load. I had no family money to borrow from. Our parents had used their savings helping Alex through his medical emergencies a few years back. I explained again that I was doing everything I could financially, but $750 plus alterations was just impossible. She sighed dramatically and said I was being difficult and that real friends find ways to make things work. The worst part was when she suggested I could sell my textbooks or maybe skip a semester to afford the dress. Like missing school was a reasonable sacrifice for her one-day fashion vision. Alex wasn't much help when I went to him for support. She's just stressed about wedding planning, he said. Can't you just put it on a credit card or something? He offered to lend me the money, but I'd have to pay him back within a year. Interest-bearing loan from my own brother for a dress I'd wear once to watch him marry someone who clearly had no respect for my financial reality. That's when I realized this wasn't about the dress at all. It was about control and making sure everyone knew their place in her hierarchy. She could have easily chosen something more affordable or been flexible about alternatives. Instead, she decided to make it a loyalty test. Pay up or get out. I told Alex I couldn't afford to be in the wedding party and would just attend as a guest instead. He got defensive and said I was being unsupportive and trying to sabotage his relationship. His fiancée jumped in, saying she wasn't surprised because I'd always seemed resentful of their happiness. The fight escalated until Alex said if I couldn't fulfill my bridesmaid duties, then maybe I shouldn't come at all. Fine, I said, and didn't go to the wedding. I spent that Saturday studying for finals and working a shift at the bookstore, earning money I would have wasted on a dress for someone who thought I was disposable. 3 months later, Alex called me upset. His wife had started demanding he cut contact with friends she considered low class. She was embarrassed by his family's financial struggles and wanted him to only associate with people who met her standards. She'd made him delete old friends from social media and stop visiting relatives she thought were beneath him. Alex was starting to realize the bridesmaid dress situation was just the beginning of her controlling behavior. She said your inability to afford the dress was embarrassing for her wedding photos, he told me. She didn't want pictures with someone who looked cheap standing next to her. 6 months after that, Alex filed for divorce. Turns out she'd been using his credit cards to buy designer clothes and had racked up $30,000 in debt he didn't know about. The same woman who demanded I spend my grocery money on her dress had been secretly destroying his finances. During the divorce proceedings, Alex apologized for choosing her over me. You were trying to protect yourself, and I should have protected you too. The expensive bridesmaid dress that caused all the drama, she returned it the day after the wedding and pocketed the money while telling everyone it had been damaged and couldn't be returned. Sometimes not being able to afford someone's demands is actually protection from discovering what kind of person they really are.